Last season was a nightmare for Manchester United. 15th place in the Premier League, no trophies, and fans frustrated beyond belief. Something had to change, and fast. The summer transfer window was their chance to hit reset, and they went big. Out went some familiar faces, and in came new ones like Matheus Cunha from Wolves and Brian Mbeumo from Brentford. But the biggest surprise? They splashed serious cash on a young striker, Benjamin Šeško. Spent a big amount on him? Well, these are the questions we're here to answer today. This is why Man United signed Benjamin Šeško. First of all, Bruno Fernandes made a very telling statement during an interview after the Summer Series preseason tournament. He said, "It was crystal clear we needed more competition for the players that were here and more quality to get everyone to step up to get into the starting XI." That's a pretty blunt message. Even after winning that tournament, Bruno admitted the team wasn't where it needed to be. For United to climb back to the top, they needed to shake things up, especially in one key area, the striker spot. And if you look closely, the biggest problem spot last season was the striker position. United scored only 44 goals in 38 Premier League games. That's kind of awful. For a club with United's history and size, that's shockingly low. To put it in perspective, teams like West Ham, Fulham, and Crystal Palace all scored more goals than United last season. Even Wolves and Spurs, who finished below them in the table, found the net more often. Clearly, the striking position needed an upgrade. Now about the players, Højlund struggled to make a strong impact, and Xerxes isn't really a natural center forward. So whether Højlund stays or goes, signing a top striker was a must. Early in the transfer window, reports said United were interested in Viktor Gyökeres, a more experienced striker, but Arsenal beat them to the punch. That's when Šeško became the next best target. And honestly, this could work out better for United. At just 22 years old, Šeško is young and full of potential, exactly what the club needs while rebuilding. Plus, with no European football next season, the pressure will be a bit lower, giving him time to settle in and grow. What's really smart here is the club's approach. They're not just grabbing a striker, they're building the right team around him first. United's squad already has plenty of creators who can feed the striker. Players like Mbeumo, Cunha, Ahmad, Mount, Mainu, Xerxes, and of course, Bruno Fernandes himself. All these players can help create chances and share the goal-scoring load. It looks like the perfect setup for a young striker to step into and shine. And speaking of Šeško, he's considered one of the most exciting young strikers in Europe right now. There's a reason big clubs like Arsenal, Chelsea, AC Milan, and Newcastle have been watching him closely. First, the guy is a physical specimen. He stands at a towering 6'5". That makes him the second tallest striker in the Premier League after Wolves' Sasha Kalajdzic, who is 6'7". But Šeško isn't just tall. He's flexible, athletic, and packs a powerful shot. When you have those tools, you're already halfway there. A lot of people might judge him just by his size, thinking he's slow or awkward. But if you've actually watched him play, you'd know he's a surprisingly good dribbler. In fact, last season in the Bundesliga, he was one of the top 3 strikers for the most dribbles completed. Over the past year, he averaged 1.33 successful take-ons per 90 minutes, which puts him in the top 10% of forwards across Europe's top 5 leagues. He's also fantastic at carrying the ball forward. His progressive carries last year ranked him in the 77th percentile compared to other top forwards. Coach Amorim loves his players to be involved in all parts of the game, and Šeško fits that style perfectly. Quick pause. If you're enjoying this breakdown, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Back to Šeško. He can score all kinds of goals. Whether it's a quick counterattack, a solo run, a simple tap-in, a long-range screamer, or even an acrobatic finish, he's got it all. And his heading ability? It's insane. The guy can jump and win headers like a beast. With excellent crossers like Luke Shaw, Bruno Fernandes, Brian Mbeumo, and Diogo Dalot supplying balls, Šeško should feast on chances in the air. Defensively, he's solid too, winning about 2.6 aerial duels per game, which is great for a striker. Plus, Šeško isn't afraid to work hard off the ball. He tracks back, makes clearances, and blocks shots better than many forwards you'd expect. His defensive work rate is way above that of players like Gyökeres, Isak, and even Højlund. Comparing him directly with Højlund, Šeško beats him in almost every area. Better with the ball, better defending, better dribbling, smarter runs, and far better in the air. The only things Højlund might edge him on are speed and passing. But overall, this is a big upgrade for United. There's also something special about Šeško's attitude. Big clubs love when players really want to join them, and Šeško made it clear early on that Man United was his top choice. Even though Newcastle, who are playing in the Champions League, came knocking first, he still chose United, who won't be in Europe next season. He had already agreed to a 5-year contract before the clubs even started negotiating. That kind of commitment is rare and valuable. But, and here's the big but, there is one big concern with this signing. It's something many United fans worry about: the Man United curse. Over the years, plenty of talented players who looked like stars before arriving at Old Trafford have struggled badly after joining. Antony was a huge talent at Ajax, but flopped at United. Jadon Sancho was tipped as England's next big star, but couldn't deliver. Andre Onana shined in the Champions League final, but disappointed at United. Even Højlund, who was compared to Erling Haaland, hasn't lived up to the hype. And let's not forget other big names like Lukaku, Van de Beek, Alexis Sanchez, and Pogba. All signs of how sometimes things just don't click at Old Trafford. This mysterious pattern is the only real fear for Šeško's future at United. He clearly has the talent to be a top striker in the Premier League, but will he avoid the curse or fall victim to it? If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next deep dive. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.